special in Detroit.
This is Big Ram. Welcome to TRT Productions. I do not own the rights to the beats. I do not own the rights to the beats. Let me just say that right out loud, straight up and foremost. I do not own the rights to the music that you will hear tonight. But the music is provided by no other than and produced by Artacho. Sound like somebody straight out of Detroit. I don't really care. I thought the beat was hot. I played it. Hopefully they don't ban it off of YouTube, but if it do, I tried to give whoever it is a shot. Artacho, it's spelled Artacho, Artacho, however you pronounce it. I tried to give him a shout out, Gangsta Funk. Artacho, you can find him on the YouTube. This beat is crazy, man. Artacho. Check him out, people. His production is very nice. As you can see on the screen, I have to get into a story that I'm not really comfortable with, man. And I thought this story was crazy. Happen to think Howard Stern is one of my favorite, man. Disc jockeys of all time. So when I read this, I was like, nah, this can't be Howard Stern, man. What's going on, Howard Stern, man? So apparently Howard Stern gets tickets to the New York Knicks basketball team. Shout out to the New York Knicks. He gets courtside seats, man. And what happens is Howard Stern just happened to have a problem. I don't want to say he got a problem with black players, so let's just say allegedly. For those who don't know who Howard Stern is, he's on Cyrus Radio, I believe now. He used to be one of the most famous AM DJs. And when I say AM, I don't mean in the morning, even though he was on in the morning. I mean AM, FM. He was the AM, one of the top. He's one of the top. You don't know who Howard Stern is, then you should not be in this business. Period. End of discussion, man. So his whole thing is, I guess when this guy's sitting at the courtside at the basketball games, he gets upset because the black players are not recognizing him. It says Howard Stern want black players on Knicks to talk to him when he's courtside at MSG. He wants them. You know, people, you know why I find this disturbing? Because if the league happens to follow up on this, let's just say they do, not to say that it's something that warrants attention, but if the league makes a thing out of this, where you're going to have black players actually have to sit down and speak and talk to the sideline. Now, here's the thing I want to say, because he made a comment about, you know, I'm trying not to read it word for word, but let me just get into it. Let me just see if I can. Let me see. Here go one quote. He says, "A lot of times when I'm there, I'm next to Tracy Morgan, who was so funny." Stern continued, and he's sitting there, and like a couple of players will come over. They'll like give him a bro shake and stuff. Stern's at it, and I'm like, these guys should hug me too. Stern said, I mean, what am I? I grew up in a black neighborhood in the Long Island a section of Roosevelt. You know what I mean? You know what I mean. You know, look. Yeah. His whole, I never really, this is crazy. And then, it's like, the comment could be, he's being shunned because he's a white boy. I never really heard that one, but I think this is going to be an issue. Let me tell you what Robin Quivers said. This is his co-host. Uh, 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 uh. No, let me rephrase that. No, I'm not even going to read that. No. He says, no, not that I saw. I want them to talk to me. I want them to come up and go, hi, hey, Howard, fan of the show, or something. I don't get that. I don't get. What is it? And this is another thing that I always tell people about what modern slavery could look like if it's not contained. Now somebody gonna look at it and be like, you know what, Rand, this can't be a black and white issue. If this is not a black and white issue, what type of issue is it? He literally just told you the reason why he's upset is because black players do not acknowledge him while he's sitting over with other black celebrities. They refuse to shake his hand. They don't say anything to him. Why? Now, there's times he has done a lot of racial controversy on the show. We all know that. Killing two birds with one stone sometimes can be hard. But we're talking about Howard Stern. We're talking about a man who's made his mark in this media industry. But yet he's lashing out the fact that he's hurt for black players not being able to talk to him. What happens if they change the rules? What happens if this becomes a major issue? What happens if we find out that the Knicks organization forced their players to speak to Howard Stern or to any other celebrity they feel are courtside? My thing is, when you on the court, you are a fan. You front row, you're a fan. You front row. My thing is, do you deal with the players outside of being on the front row? Because some of the people you name, like Chris Rock and Tracy Morgan and Spike Lee and people like that, I'm pretty sure these are people who deal with players outside of the arena. You have to think about that too, Mr. Stern. And then it's not even that the fact that you're even calling out the black players, like there's no white players on the Knicks organization team. I don't see them walking over shaking your hand either, Mr. Stern. That's a rough one right there. If you're the Knicks organization, how do you deal with that? How do you take that? What do you say to your players? First of all, there should be no interaction on the sideline other than with your bench, according to the rules. But occasionally you do get players interact with the fans and the celebrities. They shake their hand. These are people that they know. Come on, they party together sometimes. Some of them party together. They venture together. They act events together, charity events. These are people who are probably seen together all the time doing certain events around the city, Mr. Stern. Are you one of these people who are around the city with these athletes, Mr. Stern, who are giving and providing, I don't know. I'm asking, Mr. Stern. I don't know. I just found it a very interesting story that you feel that athletes should talk to you because you're white. That's basically what you're saying. You basically saying, give me my props because I was a white man who grew up in a black neighborhood. I should be able to get my respect. Give me mine. Let me ask you a question. This is real talk. Nobody gonna bring this up. I'm gonna bring it up. Could a black celebrity go to a hockey game and say the same thing? I just shut the mic down with that one. Make sure you comment and subscribe, man. Make sure you send some money to the Cash App, too. Not no more than $1. Randolph Richard Cash App. Randolph Richard Cash App. Just send it to the Randolph Richard Cash App. No more than $1, people. I will not accept no more than $1. Anything over $1, I will not accept. I will reject it. No more than $1, people. I'm not here to break your pockets. That's not what we're here to do. But everybody needs a little help. Boy, that boy's snoring his boo boo. So at this point in time, I'm thinking to myself, man, Mr. Howard Stern, how in the world can you demand something like that? How? So what do you want now? Do you want these athletes to, every time they see you, they must acknowledge you? That's like kiss the ring. God damn, y'all. What is going on in this world, man? You got athletes who got to pay attention to the celebrities now. You pay to see these, and you want them to pay attention to you? Come on, Howard. Come on, Howard. You know that ain't what you want, man. Come on, Howard. I mean, let's be 100, people. Come on. Let's keep it real. Mr. Stern, this right here, this gonna hurt you a little bit, Mr. Stern. You caused controversy. I don't know what you was trying to do. Maybe you trying to, your show, I can't say your show is going down. I can't say that. Something's behind this, because you wouldn't come out and just say nothing like that. And the fact that Robin Quivers, your co-host, is black, you should think about that a little bit, man. Put her on the forefront. Put her on the street. Like she out there now too. Now she gotta think about it, man. What kind of world are we living with? You got a black man must acknowledge. Basically, that's what I'm so afraid to say it, because anything nowadays can get you chopped off. But damn, at this moment, a black man must acknowledge a white man on the sideline at a basketball game that this Caucasian man paid to see these black athletes play. But you must acknowledge that white man on the side. Yo, people, this is real talk. Why I got rid of my sponsors, yo. Real talk. People, you gotta wake up, man. And the crazy thing about it is that he might be a part of somebody who's sponsoring a certain part of the Knicks that we don't even know about. Millions and millions of dollars. It's crazy. Be careful, man. You gotta be careful when you get people like this who stand out and speak on situations like this, especially when black athletes are not paying attention to you on the sideline. That's some shit, man. That's some shit for a man of that caliber to put black athletes in, especially the New York Knicks. And the thing about it, you come and you do this shit around playoff time, man. Playoff time. Knicks ain't been in the playoffs in a long time, man. You come up with this now? Playoff time? It's too good to be true, man. I'll tell you, there was a comment made at work one day. Say, man, if the Knicks win it all, the world gonna end. Nobody wants to see the Knicks do good, huh? That's a hell of a demise to put on black athletes who work that hard to get to where they at right now. Man. Shout out to Gorilla 2K. Shout out to Relevant Shit. Shout out to TRT Productions. Man. Howard Stern, you got one here. You wanted some controversy. This might be it here, buddy. Voted for TRT Production. This big ran. And I'm out.